It is such fun creating characters, writing stories. It's an exciting life, and when you do something that you know the fans seem to enjoy, that gives you such satisfaction you don't want to stop.
Hi, I'm Jarik Moore. I am a senior currently majoring in drawing and painting at the College of Visual Arts and Design here at UNT. When I was a kid, I really wanted superpowers. I thought that it would be plausible, and after watching things like X-Men and watching other things on TV and cartoons and stuff. And then the sad reality comes out that that doesn't really exist in our real world. The next best thing was being able to create characters that mimic what you want to do in real life and share that passion and share that story with other people. I really started focusing on drawing like myself and my friends, where it started becoming something more personal to me, where it felt like I had a narrative that I wanted to tell and I wanted to depict it through more real life characters that weren't just people's reimaginings. A lot of the artwork that I've done here at school has met with certain senses of criticism, necessarily because of the style that it's presented in, and because I want to be an illustrator, I want to be a sequential artist, a comic book artist. A lot of the work that I'm working with doesn't necessarily get really appreciated here.
Within the College of Visual Arts and Design at UNT, studio programs range from drawing and painting, fibers, sculpture, ceramics. We have new media arts. We don't have animation or illustration at this time as a concentration. That is a question that we get often from prospective students, and so there may be something that may be in the works within the future.
If you want to learn the basics of art, if you want to learn how the art world works in the fine arts aspect, if you want to have that knowledge as well as being an illustrator, as well as being a comic book artist, then I can say that you can gain something from it. If you're looking to solely make that your means of art, if you want to just do comic books, if you want to just be an illustrator, I don't think that this is the strongest place to do that. In terms of art, it's been hard. It's been a long road and things are just... If I had to reference two types of classes that I think I've got the most from, it would be my figure drawing class, because it's helped me actually learn better how to draw the figure. And I think another class that I really took something from was my computers and arts class. In terms of doing comic books, it hasn't helped me a whole bunch, but in learning things such as the Adobe Suite and learning things such as how to work with sound and how to deal with music, it's really helped me with other projects that I think will actually help me in being successful trying to do things like comic books.
But a lot of people didn't recognize them as a form of good literature. Now, Stan Lee kind of put it best when he was talking about how when he first got into comic books, that he would go to things like parties and whatnot, and people would come up to him, ask him what he would do for a living, and he would tell them that he would be a writer, not necessarily to express that he wasn't a comic book artist, but people didn't really appreciate that. And so when people weren't satisfied with that answer, he'd tell them that he would write for like children's stories and stuff like that, and they'd ask for more things, and eventually it would come out that he wrote comic books.
I think that it's disappointing to think that because we have preconceived notions of what certain things are, that they're less impactful for people, and that those jobs just don't exist anymore. As a matter of fact, knowing that you create something that has such an impact and that will stay with people, that is something that resonates with me.
Most writers, and I think it's an unfortunate thing, they try to write something that they think a certain audience might enjoy. I've never been able to do that because I can't put myself in the mind of other people. I only know what I enjoy. So every time I've written a story, I've always tried to write the sort of story that I myself would enjoy reading. I can't know what other people think, but I can know what I think, and I feel I'm not that unusual. If there's a type of story I like, there must be lots of people who like the same type of stories. Therefore, I have always written to please myself, not to please a certain type of audience, because you can't know the audience as well as you know yourself.
If you keep going, eventually you're going to figure out what it is that you want to do and how you're going to do it. And if you just keep pressing up against it, you'll finally break through and figure out that this is what will make you successful.